You're going to cheer for the Spartans for 2 more hours and then go bike ride? When it's even warmer?
I'm probably going to go.
So where do you bike when you bike?
Anywhere, really.
Anywhere. So where do you cross Highway 1 at? On Main Street?
Or other places.
Main Street? Where the light is.
Sometimes I just go without.
Hey, when's the light supposed to be done? Is there a timeline?
Wait, sorry, now it's 3 minutes. I forgot that the Radio Iowa News card had its own commercial on at the end and then our commercials.
No, but I don't know.
It's gonna freeze soon. It'd be nice if between Amy and Rick's house they could put a turning lane there somehow. But they're just not stable.
I like having passes. Stickers. So is it going to be stickers when they register, or is it going to be a hanging thing that they get high school? So
Use their card?
yeah, with your hand.
Cross out.
Okay. If it wasn't crossed off in the version.
Yeah, we did that the last 2 years.
Well, maybe that's what it is. We removed the game.
They haven't done that since I remember.
I still like it, even if you don't get anything out. I do like getting the license plate.
Well, so it's really easy for me because if there's any issues, I just call Johnson County and give me the thing right away. So
That is true.
we don't need to waste money on it. What we should do is charge for parking spots.
That's what Bendorf did.
Most big schools do that. Small schools usually don't.
Bendorf also banned Preston from parking. We're eligible to get parking passes.
We got about 10 or 12 kids we could ban parking.
Well,
We do ban.
I was just happy when people stopped signing school permits for kids that were in middle school. I was so surprised when I had a teacher tell me that they're nervous with the kids driving to school. I'm like, it was a middle school teacher. I was told by the superintendent that had stopped 2 years ago. And nope, there was Nathan's signature on the applications.
Yeah, I do it a little bit different than me with all of them.
Yeah. It's good. I've heard.
A lot of kids here at different schools.
Who was it that was telling me? One of the parents did not get along with Nathan. And they asked if Nathan would sign the paperwork if I'd sign it. Because
Yeah. Go whenever. How long? How much do you think? An hour or not quite? Be back by 2 at the latest. Okay. Jeff, did you bring water, right? You did? Okay.
Here we go. Ottumwa High Softball, 1240 AM, 102.7 FM, KBIZ, and good afternoon once again, everybody. Jason Van Arkel with you from Solon on this Saturday afternoon. It might be a crazy 2020, but a little bit of normalcy today as once again Ottumwa's playing in the Solon tournament. The Bulldogs dropped game one earlier this morning into the afternoon. In case you weren't with us, they fell to Iowa City High 5-4. A game where if Ottumwa had cleaned up a couple of mistakes, they would have won it. They missed chances to score in the early going. They were down 5-0 going to the bottom of the seventh. Then they plated 4 runs in the final inning, had the tying run at second, the winning run at first, a line drive to right, or what would have been a line drive to right that would have gotten down for the game-tying hit was caught by the first baseman on a lunging backhanded play to rob Ottumwa of completing the comeback. So after dropping to 5-5, the Bulldogs will finish up their 2 games here in Solon against the host team, the Solon Spartans, who come in at 9-3. Ottumwa entered this weekend ranked 10th in the state in Class 5A. Solon surprisingly unranked in 4A. I say surprisingly, A, because they're 9-3, which is, a pretty good record, and B, Solon traditionally is always in the rankings. They began the year with a pair of losses to West Delaware. Then they rattled off 6 wins in a row, all of them scoring double digits. They split a doubleheader with a pretty good Clear Creek Amana team. Then on Thursday, took 2 from Central DeWitt. And they were supposed to play yesterday as well. I don't have the scores on that. But they play Ottumwa here and then Iowa City High. So Solon really testing themselves in their own tournament, playing the number 10 and the number 4 team in Class 5A. Bulldogs hoping to get out of here with a split today. Leave here over 500 at 6-5, and then you dive into Metro Conference play next week. Des Moines East on Monday, at Des Moines Roosevelt Wednesday, home to Des Moines Lincoln on Thursday. And then 2 games against ranked teams next Friday in the Ottumwa Classic, where Ottumwa will face 3A number 1 Davenport Assumption, and a Fairfield team that's in the top 10 in 4A. So that's coming up next week. But here in Solon, we've got the Bulldogs and Spartans coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, we'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back and check that Bulldogs starting lineup on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. We make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal. And what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. See for yourself what See First can do for you.
Hi, I'm Mark Freimweyer, new owner of Champion Bowl in Ottumwa, Iowa. Call us at Champion Bowl to join the fun. We have new hours to better serve you. We are open Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to midnight, and noon to 10 every Sunday. If you just want to hang out in the lounge, we have a full bar and a great menu. Make sure and like us on Facebook for weekly fun and special at Champion Bowl in Ottumwa, where bowling is fun.
Yes, the great outdoors is wide open. So why not make the most of it? Expand your family's freedom with the off-road's best. Like the only built-in GPS that doesn't require a cell connection. And group tracking that lets you spread out on the trail, but stay together for the journey. Polaris, think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
Coal Palace Cafe and Books invites you to stop in and try their real, not fast, fresh, never frozen, made-in-house menu, which is sure to satisfy. Start your day with their fresh brewed coffee or one of their specialty drinks and a delicious breakfast. Stop in for a cup of one of their homemade soups, a sandwich, or salad for lunch. Don't forget dessert. At Coal Palace Cafe and Books, your purchases help our neighbors with disabilities learn valuable job skills. Check out their gently used books while you wait. That's Coal Palace Cafe and Books at 226 West Main Street, Ottumwa.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
I did not come to play, I came to dominate.
Ottumwa High Softball, 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ. The live video stream on OttumwaRadio.com. Getting ready for the Bulldogs and Solon here in Solon as Ottumwa wraps up its day at the Solon tournament this year. We have the Bulldogs starting lineup. Let's run that down for you. Leading off and playing right field is Casey Nickerson. Batting second and playing shortstop is Kaylee Bix. Hannah Hazinga in center field batting third, and Jillian Heaton at first will bat cleanup. Josie Lemons at third base batting fifth. Zoe Jones will catch and bat sixth. Ann Guest in left field hitting seventh. Amber Schatz, the designated player, batting eighth, I should say, and Delaney Stevens at second base bats ninth. The flex player is the Ottumwa pitcher, Ashton Brown. They did have a coin flip during the coaches' meeting at home plate to determine which team to be the home team. It appears that Solon won the toss because they are taking the field here in a moment to play defense. Now, personally, I think that when a team hosts the tournament, they should be the home team when they play. Shouldn't have to bother with the flip. Solon bothered with the flip, but they're the home team anyway, which works out. So the Solon pitcher for this game will be Carly Ellison. Carly Ellison making her sixth start. Got her at 4-1 with a 1.91 ERA. And we're trying to check the defense behind her. I can tell you that the catcher is Sarah Hike. Pick that number up immediately. The third baseman, Jaden Jeter. Doesn't look like we'll have an anthem or anything. We're just going to go here. And we're just about ready to get underway as Casey Nickerson will stand in. We're getting the rest of the Solon lineup now. We will get it to you in a moment. First pitch to Nickerson, down and in ball one. Our first pitch of game two at 1:03. We are pretty much right on schedule. Get to the weather conditions shortly as well. The 1-0 bounced in there, and Nickerson ahead in the count, 2-0. 2-0 to Nickerson. The wind and the pitch. In there for a strike. 2-1. Two balls, one strike. That pitch grounded, fouled to third. And the count evens at 2-2. Nickerson in game one was 1 for 3 with a single, a walk, a run scored. Should have been 3 for 3. Hit 2 hard balls that turned into outs. And it's a rocket, but one hopping to the shortstop. Throw to first a bit wide, but gathered in for out number 1 as she grounds to Hillary Wilson. Well, Casey continues to hit the ball hard, but into no luck that time. Kaylee Bix, the batter. Bix was 1 for 3 with a single, was hit by a pitch, scored a run in the Bulldogs' 5-4 loss to City High earlier today. Ellison's pitch, outside corner strike, 0-1. The 0-1, off the plate inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bix hangs in there for the 1-1, swings and misses, and is down in the count 1-2. Bulldogs enter this game 5-5, got Solon at 9-3. And a liner into right center field for a base hit. That's going to roll into the gap. Bix around first on her way to second. The ball all the way to the fence. Kaylee Bix with a 1-out double. Ottumwa an early scoring opportunity in the batter, Hannah Hazinga. Hannah was 0 for 4 in game 1, did score a run after reaching on an error. Hannah digs in against the right-hander Ellison. Of course, you don't often see a left-handed pitcher in softball, although Ottumwa has one in Ashland Sheets. That pitch grounded foul up the third baseline by Hazinga, strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count to Hannah. Taking her time out of the box for a moment. Now the Bulldogs center fielder digs back in. Bix at second, 1 out, top first. The 0-1. Low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 to Hazinga as Ottumwa tries to strike first here against Solon. The 1-1. Hit hard but foul off to the left, and the count 1-2. Jillian Heaton on deck. Hazinga with a 1-2 count. Bix at second with 1 out after her double. The pitch. Hit her. Oh, wait, they ruled that I'm not sure what the ruling is here. The umpire said she stepped into the pitch. Well, Hannah just kind of turned. I don't get that. So it's 2-2. In high school, you don't have to try to get out of the way. That's not in the high school rules. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's out number 2, and that's not a call I agree with, but here's Jillian Heaton. Heaton was 2 for 4 with the 2-run single in game 1 against City High. First pitch from Ellison. Way high and outside, ball 1. One and 0 to the Bulldog first baseman. The pitch in the dirt, 2-0. 2 out and first base open. I don't know how much Hannah or Heaton's going to get to hit here. Hitters count, though, 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch from Ellison. Sharp grounder into left field, base hit. Around third is Bix. They will hold her. The throw comes into the plate, quickly gotten back in by the left fielder, Jada Buffington. So Heaton with her 3rd hit of the day. First one of this game. Runners on the corners, and here's Josie Lemons. Lemons was 1 for 3 with an RBI single against Iowa City High. Again, Ottumwa lost that game 5-4. Lemons stands in. And the pitch popped in the air, foul right side, twisting and landing untouched in foul territory for strike 1. Quickly, we'll run through the defense here, and actually maybe they'll get a little bit of time here as they're going to have a conference in the circle now. We've got Jada Buffington in left, Monet Barnhouse in center, Peyton Sands in right, Jaden Jeter at third, Hillary Wilson at short, Ava Stebrall at second, Cameron Keith at first, the catcher, Sarah Hike, and the pitcher, of course, Carly Ellison. Conference ends. Entire infield was there, and now Lemons will bat with an 0-1 count, runners on the corners, and 2 down here in the top of the first, no score. Outfield shading Lemons to pull the ball. Like Josie's single to drive in a run last game was to right center. That's open to her here. There's a drive to left center, pretty well hit. That is over the head of the center fielder, Barnhouse, all the way to the fence. A run scores. Heaton hustling for third. Into second is Lemons. RBI double for Josie. Bulldogs lead 1-0. Big 2-out RBI double for Josie Lemons. And Ottumwa makes the early inning opportunity pay off, something they did not do against City High. Here's Zoe Jones, 1 for 4 with a single in game 1, and she was the one who hit that line drive headed for right field on the final pitch of game 1 today that we thought was going to tie the game. Bunts it, foul ball in the batter's box, strike 1. Zoe is bunting more than usual, and part of that has to do with the injury she suffered to her right wrist. It's not broken, but it is sore. Tried to bunt her way on there. Choking up on the bat here in the 0-1. Rolled foul back towards the Solon dugout, third base side, 0-2. Jones hit that line drive, looked like it was ticketed for right field. And for all the world, I thought that was headed to right, and the tying run was going to score in the 7th inning against City High. But the first baseman, Borman for City High, reached out across her body to her right, backhanded the ball, and ended the game. There's a roller right side. That's through for a base hit. Scoring is Heaton. Stopping at third is Lemons. The throw comes all the way to the backstop. Lemons will come home on the overthrow. Down to second goes Jones. Ottumwa leads it 3-0. That throw did not need to come to the plate, but Sands fired it not only to the plate but over everybody's head. So give Zoe an RBI single. scoring Heaton. Then Lemon scores. And Jones goes to second on the air by the right fielder. Here's Ann Guest. Runner at second. 3-0 Ottumwa, the pitch. In the dirt, ball one. Guest 1 for 3 with a single in game one. She singled to start that 4-run 7th inning for Ottumwa. Here's the 1-0. Strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Bulldogs still in the red jerseys with the white shoulders and sleeves. White lettering Ottumwa across the front. Gray numbers trimmed in white on the back. Gray pants with the red stripe, the red socks. Solon black jerseys, white and orange trim. Here's the pitch in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. Alertly headed down to third is Zoe Jones on the wild pitch. Count is 2-1. Those Solon jerseys have that trim kind of around the collar area, around the shoulders, and down the front of the jersey. Orange numbers trimmed in white on the front, orange numbers trimmed in white on the back as well. Swing and a miss by Guest, and the count evens at 2-2. Also that orange Spartan logo on the back of the jersey above the number for Solon. Black pants as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, runner at third, 2 down, 3-0 Ottumwa, top one. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. It's in the dirt, picked up by the catcher. Hike, throw to first. Took a little time, but it got there. And the inning is over, but Ottumwa plates 3 runs on 4 hits. There was an error and 1 left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first. The Bulldogs 3, the Spartans coming to bat. We're back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Gotta go all the way.
Bottom of the first inning, Ottumwa striking first against Solon here in the Bulldogs' second game of the day, the first one for the Spartans. Solon will play Iowa City High after this game is complete, but Ottumwa right now leading Solon 3-0. And Ashton Brown in the circle. The Bulldogs have handed her an early advantage. The defense behind her, Ann Guest in left, Hannah Huizinga in center, Casey Nickerson in right, Josie Lemons at third, Kaylee Bix at short, Delaney Stevens at second, Jillian Heaton at first, and Zoe Jones behind the plate. The batting order for Solon: Carly Ellison, the pitcher, Kayla West, the designated player, Jaden Jeter, the third baseman, Hillary Wilson, the shortstop, Ava Stebral, the second baseman, Peyton Sands in right, Monet Barnhouse in center, Jada Buffington in left, Sarah Hike, the catcher. The flex player is the first baseman, Cameron Keith. Ellison at the plate on the season, .393 hitter with 11 driven in. Brown into the wind and the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Ashton has won twice this week. She got the win over Ames on Wednesday and then beat Marshalltown in Game 2 yesterday. The 0-1. Fouled back, 0-2. Trying to total up Brown's wins in my head here. I think she's got 3 of them now. Yep, she's got 3. She had the win over Ankeny in the first week. Then the 2 wins so far this week. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on the changeup. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Ellison down on 3 pitches for out number 1. Only the second time she has struck out all season. Solon does not strike out a lot. Kayla West, the designated player, stands in, hitting a robust .529 with 11 RBI. First pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And 1 the count to West. As the next pitch from Brown, inside it hit her. So 1 on, 1 out, and the batter, Jaden Jeter. Jeter hitting .394. She's driven in 5. I like the Solon batting helmet that Jeter's wearing. The front panel is white with the Solon logo. The back half of it is black. It's got an orange brim on it. A pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. It's got that Baltimore Orioles kind of look to it. I like that look. 0-1 to the Spartan third baseman. Ashton Brown brings it home. And a big swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Couple of flies up here in the booth, kind of buzzing around Andy and I a bit, but not nearly as bad as the Wasp in Marshalltown yesterday. I'll take the flies any day of the week over the Wasp. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, chased a high one. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night once again. Jeter down on 3 pitches. And West is at first with 2 down for Solon. The batter is Hillary Wilson, the shortstop. Wilson hitting .600 on the season, 2 home runs, 13 driven in. She has been on fire. Open stance at right-handed batter's box, wearing 1 batting glove. Takes a strike, 0-1. Wilson wears 56, which obviously is not a very common number in softball. They don't normally go that high unless you're playing Carlisle, where half their team has offensive lineman numbers. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Swing and a foul back by Wilson, the count 0-2. Now there's no rule in softball about what number you can or can't wear. I think football has rules for specific positions, and basketball has rules where you can't have a digit over 5 so the referee can signal the fouls to the bench. There's no rules about that in softball. Here's the 0-2. Pop foul back to the screen, or maybe over the screen. We'll do it again at 0-2. Solon with a runner on first and 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Ottumwa with an early 3-0 lead. Bulldogs trying to bounce back after dropping their first game here to Iowa City High, 5-4. The 0-2 pitch, and it slipped out of the hand of Brown. Never even got out of the circle. That is a ball, 1-2. Can we call that pitch just a bit outside? Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, that's how you bounce back. He's ended up striking out the side. No runs, no hits, a hit batter, and 1 left. After 1, Bulldogs 3, Spartans nothing. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Wondering what to have for lunch or supper? Stop in and see Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. Whether you want amazing Greek food, pasta, salads, sandwiches, fish, chicken, steak, or the best pizza in town, they have what you want. They are always open for carryout, and their full menu is available at mikespizzasteakhouse.com. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for making Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse your favorite restaurant and your favorite pizza place. Proud to support the Ottumwa Bulldogs.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
You be scared of John, watch me lead though.
Yeah. I don't know either. I was trying to interpret what they were saying. It's like I don't understand the movie.
Top of the second inning, Ottumwa High Softball on KBIZ, brought to you by Josh Brenda and the team at Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home. By Dr. Dwayne Petrito at Petrito Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa, where they want to give you a smile that lasts a lifetime. Call today for an appointment. And by Mark and the team at Champion Bowl in Ottumwa, opening soon with new upgrades to make your bowling experience even better. Champion Bowl, where bowling is fun. Ottumwa 3, Solon nothing. Bulldogs batting, top of the second inning. 8-9-1 due up for OHS. Amber Schatz, Delaney Stevens, and Casey Nickerson. Schatz was 2 for 3 with a double and a single against Iowa City High, which Ottumwa lost that game 5-4. The rally coming up agonizingly short in the bottom of the 7th. Ottumwa out to an early 3-0 lead, hoping to add on to it here and not leave anything to chance in game 2. Carly Ellison in the circle. That pitch high and outside to Schatz, ball 1. Amber doesn't have a home run yet. I believe she's going to get a few before this career is over. She's got the power. Here's the 1-0. Chopper foul right to the opening of the Solon dugout, third base side, 1-1. Shot's still only a sophomore. The designated player here in game 2 as she rolls it past the circle, charging the shortstop. Wilson throws on the run, got her, 1 down. That brings up Delaney Stevens, playing second base here in game 2, didn't play in game 1. Of course, Delaney at one time was, 2 seasons ago as an 8th grader, was the Bulldogs' number 2 catcher. He's made the transition to infield after dealing with a serious injury last year. First pitch. Takes a strike, 0-1. Stevens does have a little pop in the bat, even though she's not the certainly not the biggest player out there. Chokes up in the bat a bit, no batting gloves. Takes a strike, 0-2. One out, nobody on here in the top of the second inning. The 0-2 to Stevens. Off the plate outside, 1-2. Bulldogs 3 runs in that first inning. As that pitch is high to Stevens, 2-2. Lemons had an RBI double. Zoe Jones had an RBI single, and a second run scored on that play when the ball was overthrown to home plate. Now the 2-2. Little floater to left field. That's down for a base hit. Found the perfect spot between the shortstop Wilson and the left fielder Buffington. Stevens with the 1-out single, and here's Nickerson, who grounded sharply to short her first time up. Bulldogs already with 5 hits. Casey digs in. She's hit the ball hard both games today so far. And a little flare that's caught by the shortstop. Out near the bag at second for out number 2. Nickerson a soft line out. That'll bring up Kaylee Bix, who hit a ringing double in the first inning and scored the Bulldogs' first run. Bix had 1 hit in game 1, 1 hit so far here in game 2. Again, she's not hitting as well as she would like, but it's starting to come around. Here's the pitch. A little bit high, ball 1. Three runs, 5 hits, no errors for Ottumwa here in the early going. Leading 3-0, the 1-0. In the dirt, 2-0. Stevens a runner at first with 2 down. Ottumwa trying to add to their lead here in the top of the second. Solon pitcher Carly Ellison trying to keep Ottumwa where they are. The 2-0. Driven to center field, but it is right at Barnhouse, who makes the catch to retire the side. Bix hit that one on the nose. But the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. Bulldogs 3, Spartans nothing. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Dixon's Floors & More, we don't mind being different, as long as the difference is better. With hundreds of brands to choose from, including the largest manufacturers in the industry, we transform the volume of products we carry into lower prices for you. Don't start your project without starting at Dixon's Floors & More.
Mention you saw this video and receive 5% off your entire purchase at Dixon's Floors & More in Ottumwa.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
I ain't choose the gang chose me.
Bottom of the second inning. Ottumwa 3, Solon nothing. Bulldogs softball, 12:40 a.m., 102.7 FM KBIZ. Also the live video stream at ottumwaradio.com. Ashton Brown struck out the side in her first inning of work, pitched around a hit batter. And now she will face Ava Stebrall, Peyton Sands, and Monet Barnhouse. Stebrall just a sophomore, hitting .533. She's driven in 17 already. Right-handed batting, second baseman. Brown rocks and fires, and it's a swing and a miss at a high pitch for strike 1. Brown gets another sign from the catcher Jones, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Boy, Ashton going right after these Solon hitters in the early going. 0-2 to Stebraw. Ashton's pitch. Popped it up, left side foul. Is it playable for Lemons? Yes, it is. Makes the catch, 1 down. About halfway between the baseline and the dugout. That'll bring up the right fielder, Peyton Sands, a senior. Sands hitting .357. She's driven in 7. Brown winds and delivers, and it's over but low, ball 1. See a lot of softball hitters crowd the plate, but Sands a little back from the plate in that right-handed batter's box. The 1-0 pitch. Down low again, 2-0. Hoping Brown can keep her control in the circle today, in terms of balls and strikes, that is. The 2-0, there's a strike, 2-1. She did well last night against Marshalltown. Wednesday at Ames, Brown came on in the 2nd inning in a prearranged deal. Although I think that had something to do with Zoe Jones in right being hurt as well. That pitch in the dirt, 3-1. Brown pitched into the 7th inning, but she walked, I think, 10 batters, 8 of them in the final 2 innings. So really lost the command, and Ashlyn Sheets had to come in and get the save in that game. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss. That changeup, I don't think ended up in the strike zone, but Sands was fooled and swung through it. 3-2. The 3-2 pitch, bounced it in there, ball 4. First walk of the game issued by Ashton Brown, for second base runner for Solon. And the batter is the center fielder, Monet Barnhouse. Barnhouse, a junior. Hitting .533, 9 runs batted in, left-handed batter. Brown's first offering, swung on and missed for strike 1. Barnhouse trying to slap at that one a little bit. Checks a sign from down third base way, now steps back in. Chops it foul, third base side, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to the Solon center fielder. One out, one on, bottom second, Ottumwa leading 3-0. Brown's 0-2. Up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes, throw down to second, and then racing back to first is Sands. Jones faked the throw to first. Sands took 2 steps towards second, then froze. Zoe threw to second, and then Sands went back to first. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Barnhouse. The pitch on the outside corner, called strike 3, 2 down. 4th strikeout for Ashton Brown. That'll bring up the left fielder, Jada Buffington. Right-handed batter, just a sophomore. Buffington hitting .382. She's driven in 6. The pitch. Popped up right side foul. Heaton might have a play. Jillian will get there and make the catch in front of her own dugout. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, a walk and a runner left after 2. Bulldogs 3, Spartans nothing. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Top of the third inning, Bulldog softball brought to you by Community First Credit Union with 17 locations to serve you. By Slate and Polaris, your home for the best deals on Polaris Rangers and ATVs. Call or stop in and see them today, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski. And by Sonic Drive-In, featuring made-to-order American classics, signature menu items, and speedy service from friendly car hops. Cruise on over to Sonic, North 63 next to Walgreens for the ultimate Sonic experience. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Ottumwa order here in the top of the third against Solon righty Carly Ellison, Huizinga, Heaton, and Lemons. Hannah struck out her first time up. Ottumwa with a 3-0 lead here on Solon's home diamond. First pitch on the way. That's low and away, ball one. Really happy to be back here at Solon. Obviously, with the COVID-19 situation going on for a while there, we didn't know if we'd have a summer sports season. And even when we didn't know how many tournaments would get played. So it's really good to get out here to Solon. I did miss going to Cedar Rapids yesterday. That pitch bounces in there, 2-0 to Huizinga. We were on the air last night, of course. We called Ottumwa's baseball wins in Marshalltown, but for years I've enjoyed that overnight trip that Ottumwa gets to take. Friday at the Cedar Rapids Jefferson tournament, then Saturday here in Solon. The 2-0. Ripped on the ground, one hop, but a nice stop by the shortstop Wilson. Throw to first, one down. That's another atom ball for Ottumwa. 3 or 4 of those in this game. They've just hit right on the button, but right at somebody. Here's Jillian Heaton, singled and scored in the first inning. One thing I miss about that two-day weekend that we normally do with the Ottumwa softball this weekend is something we couldn't have anyway this year, as this pitch is popped up left side foul, could be playable. The third baseman, Jeter, underneath and makes the catch near her dugout, out number 2. That'll bring up Josie Lemons, who had an RBI double and scored a run in the first. But the one thing I miss that we can't have this year at any place is some of the great concession food. You go to Cedar Rapids Jefferson, they make full-on ice cream sundaes that are just an absolute treat. And there's a ground ball up the middle, and Lemons has a base hit. She's 2 for 2. I'm trying to tell a story here, and they keep swinging at the first pitch. But we'll take the base hit. And here's Zoe Jones, an RBI single, her first time up. So Cedar Rapids Jefferson's concessions normally at softball has those ice cream sundaes. They've got steak sandwiches, a bunch of other stuff there. Solon's got good concessions normally too, but again, the rules this year mean all concessions are closed. That's a wait till next year, I suppose. So here's Zoe. Bunts it back towards the circle, up with it the pitcher Ellison, throw to first in time, and the inning is over. Second baseman Stebraw covering. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Go to the bottom of the third. Bulldogs up 3-0 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free, no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Bottom of the third inning. Ottumwa 3, Solon 0. Bulldog softball, 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ, the live video stream at ottumwaradio.com. Ashton Brown has struck out 4 in her first 2 innings of work. She's hit a batter, walked a batter. That's the only 2 base runners so far. She'll face 9, 1, and 2 for Solon, starting with Sarah Hike, the catcher. Then the top of the order, Ellison and West. Sarah Hike is a junior. And she'll come to the plate hitting an even .500 with 15 batted in. Bulldogs got 3 runs on 4 hits and an error in that first inning. They've got 6 hits now in the game. And Brown trying to preserve that 3-0 lead. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. First time through the order, Ashton Brown has had these Solon hitters guessing whether they're getting the heat or the off-speed pitches. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by her, 0-2. And now you would assume that Brown has Hike set up for that Bugs Bunny changeup. Here's the 0-2. Nope. That one was in there with velocity, but down low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one maybe just a show-me pitch. The 1-2 pitch. Pop foul back and out of play. We'll do it again. Hike doesn't use batting gloves, and she has kind of an odd grip on the bat in that on her top hand, instead of the thumb wrapping around the bat, she kind of has it extended along the side of the bat. The rest of her fingers wrap around the bat, but that thumb extended. Another 1-2 pitch from Brown. There's the off speed, and it's grounded foul, third base side. We'll do it again. One ball, 2 strikes. Carly Ellison, the Solon leadoff hitter, is on deck. Brown has the sign from Jones, the 1-2. Rolled under the glove of the first baseman Heaton down the right field line. Throw back to first isn't in time. Heaton just didn't get the glove down. Probably should have had that one. And they put an error on the board. So the leadoff hitter on for Solon for the first time. We get a courtesy runner, Megan O'Neill. So O'Neill, the courtesy runner at first, and here is Ellison, who struck out her first time up. The line by Brown and the pitch to Ellison. In the dirt. Good stop by the catcher, Jones. I thought that ball was getting by. Ball 1. Like, I was so sure that ball was going by, I looked out at the runner O'Neill at first and thought, why isn't she running? And Zoe Jones did a great job of knocking that down. Here's the 1-0. Liner over Bix into center for a hit. Kazinga gets it back in quickly. Solon has its first hit. Now they have 2 on and nobody out for Kayla West, who was hit by a pitch her first time up. Ellison, as the pitcher, also gets a courtesy runner, and this will be Stella Mesh. First and second, nobody out, and Brown's got some work to do to preserve this 3-run Ottumwa lead. 3-0, but Solon threatening here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Brown winds and her first pitch to West. High, ball 1. Three runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Ottumwa. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error so far for Solon. The 1-0. Low 2-0 in the dirt, and both runners advance on a wild pitch. And all of a sudden it is 2nd and 3rd with nobody out, and a 2-0 count to Kayla West. Well, Ashton Brown had been so locked in the first 2 innings, and now she's asking, I think, for some rosin from the dugout. She has a towel on her belt to try to keep the perspiration off her pitching hand, but that's not proving to be enough on a humid day. So Ashton over to the dugout. And standing there with the home plate umpire. And Gets her own rosin bag to take out to the circle. Got 86 degrees for our Game 2 temperature, partly sunny skies. Barely any wind at all, southeast at 3 miles an hour. The 2-0. That hit West in the hand. She's hit by a pitch for the second time, and that loads the bases with nobody out for Jaden Jeter, who struck out her first time up. There is activity in the Ottumwa bullpen, and that's the lefty Ashlyn Sheets starting to warm up. Infield in, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Go, Jake.
If you're wondering whether or not Ottumwa would consider going back to Nickerson, who pitched game one. Check swing. Oh, that hit her, and a run scores on the hip. No, they're saying she leaned into it. Not a hit by pitch. Well, that call went against Ottumwa in the first inning, and now it goes against Solon here in the third. So I think the count is 1-1 if that's ruled a ball, that as it was in the first inning when Hazinga thought she was hit. So yeah, the count 1-1. And Ottumwa has the infield in. Bases loaded, nobody out, but leading 3-0. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Boy, Brown struck out the side in the first inning, has 4 strikeouts in the game. She could really use one right here. The right-hander is 1-2 pitch. Fouled back to the screen, will do it again. I'm a little surprised Ottumwa's not conceding a run for an out here on the infield, but we'll see what happens. Again, the 1-2. Popped up foul out of play. Lands top of the press box right above us, I think. Still 1-2 to Jaden Jeter. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. Chopper foul third base side. We'll do it again. Long at bat here between Ashton Brown and Jaden Jeter with the bases loaded and nobody out. It's almost 3-0 lead in jeopardy. The pitch. In the dirt, good stop by Zoe Jones. Count evens at 2-2. Got to throw a good pitch here, no place to put Jeter with the bases loaded.
Go, Jaden.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Brown's pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big first out for Ashton Brown. And now Hillary Wilson, who struck out her first time up. Infield staying mostly in. Kaylee Bix at short has backed up a few steps.
Hit a gap here.
Hard hit ball to her. She could still come home. First pitch. High, ball 1. 1-0 to Wilson. Brown's next offering. Over below, 2-0. Got to throw strikes. It was a long battle with Jeter. She won it, though, in part because she got ahead early. And Jeter was playing catch-up. Now it's the opposite. Wilson ahead in the count, 2-0. The pitch. High, 3-0, and now you've run out of margin for error with this batter. One more ball, and Solon will get a run. Three balls, no strikes. The pitch. Right in there, first strike, 3-1. I can't imagine that Wilson would be taking 3-1, taking all the way there 3-0, but sluggers count here. She's certainly got the green light, you would think. The 3-1 pitch. In the dirt, ball 4, and a run scores. It's 3-1. That's an unearned run. The courtesy runner, O'Neill, comes home.
Come on, Abe.
The second courtesy runner, Mesh, is now at third. West is at second. Wilson at first with the RBI walk. And the batter, Ava Stebral, who fouled out her first time up. Still only one out. And the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Given Brown's trouble with control earlier this week, I can't imagine Mandy Moore will wait too long to make a change. Although there's a swing and a miss 1-1 if Brown does not get it back together. We had an error, a single, a hit batter, a strikeout, a walk. A run home, bases loaded, 1 out, the 1-1. Inside, 2-1. That one didn't miss by much. Two balls and a strike. Ashton brings it home. Popped it up. Coming in is Nickerson. The ball drops. And the throw to second not in time. And it's 3-2. The infield was in. Stevens, the second baseman, was running back. Nickerson came way in. The ball dropped, I think, on the back of the infield dirt. Well, there is a second out. Bases were loaded. The infield fly rule was called, so the batter is out. With the ball dropping, a run scores to make it 3-2. Mesh scored. Strike one now to Sands. West went to third. Wilson went to second. I couldn't figure out for a moment why Stebral was leaving the field, but then I remembered infield fly. That pitch over below, ball 1. I guess that goes down to you score it as you give the put out to the second baseman, Stevens. Pitch up high, 2-1. It's not really an error on the play. It fell between two fielders, one playing in, one playing a little deeper, and really neither could quite get to it. As the 2-1 pitch is low, 3-1. We'll give Stebral an RBI for that. And it's not an error. It's because nobody actually dropped it. Now the 3-1, low and away ball 4, and they're loaded again. Second time that Stebral or Sands has walked, and the batter is Barnhouse, who's 0 for 1. Well, with the infield fly getting that second out, the bases weren't loaded for a moment, but now they are. And before Barnhouse bats, she'll have a chat with the coach about how to approach this at-bat. Zoe Jones will take the opportunity to go out and try to settle down Ashton Brown, who, after cruising through the first 2 innings and seeing an error to start the third, has allowed a single, a hit batter, a couple of walks. She's walked 3 and hit 2 batters in this game. And her control issues that cropped up big time on Wednesday at Ames have resurfaced. Left-handed batting, Barnhouse called out on strikes her first time up. Brown's first pitch here. Swing and a miss. It's off the glove of the catcher, back to the backstop, throw back to the plate, collision. Brown dropped the ball and her glove. Runner safe, game tied at 3. Brown was holding her head, now picks up the ball. I hope Ashton's okay. She grabbed her head for a moment. That's a passed ball to tie the game. Boy, this inning's just been nuts. Now Mandy Moore out to check on Brown after that collision. Wilson went to third, Sands to second. Counts 1-0 to Barnhouse. There's only been one hit in this inning, and this game is tied at 3. And it's been a lot of it. You have to say it, Ottumwa beating itself. You've got the error. You've got, I don't know if you blame anybody for that pop-up that fell when the infield fly was in effect. Again, you've got the infield in, so Stevens was way in. She couldn't get back to that ball, but it was still on the edge of the infield, and Nickerson playing deep and right couldn't get all the way in. Brown's going to throw a warm-up pitch or two to see if she's okay after that collision. Now, one pitch, and she says she's good. The walks are a killer. You've got 2 walks and a hit batter in this inning. Got a wild pitch. That pass ball just scored a run. It's a little bit of everything that could go wrong that's not a base hit has gone wrong in this inning for Ottumwa. A 1-0 count to Barnhouse. Pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. One ball, one strike. Well, the plate umpire says 1-1. And now they say 0-2. I guess she swung at that first pitch. So 0-2 to Barnhouse. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. A much-needed strikeout for Ashton Brown to retire the side. But 3 runs score. I'll sort out what's earned and unearned a little bit later. Only 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. We go to the 4th inning, all tied at 3, back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Ottumwa High Softball brought to you by Shannon and the team at Dixon's Floors and More. Stop in today, check out the awesome showroom, and let Shannon give you a free estimate for flooring, cabinets, and fireplaces. Dixon's Floors and More, just past Walmart in Ottumwa. By Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse in Ottumwa. Thank you to Southern Iowa for voting them as your favorite restaurant and pizza place. Proud to support the Bulldogs. And by the Ottumwa Community School District, where they are proud to engage, educate, and empower every student every day. Go Bulldogs. 7, 8, 9, Guest, Schatz, and Stevens do up for Ottumwa here in the top of the 4th. Game now tied at 3, and takes a pitch off the plate for ball 1. Guest struck out her first time up here in the Bulldogs' second game today here in Solon. Ottumwa 3, Solon 3. Bulldogs 3 in the first, Solon 3 in the third. Swing and a miss by Ann, 1 ball, 1 strike. So that bottom of the 3rd inning, we're going with 3 runs, only 1 earned on 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left on base. One and 1 to Guest, and the pitch. Fouled at the plate, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Guest will dig back in, and the pitch from Ellison. Ground ball sharply just fouled down the 3rd baseline. We'll do it again at 1-2. Third baseman Jeter playing right on the line, so kind of hard to get one by right in that area. Still, Ann hit it pretty hard. Chokes up on the bat. Here's the 1-2. Bounced in the dirt, 2-2. Schatz and Stevens to follow. If anybody gets on, Nickerson. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball stayed off the plate. Full count, 3-2. Three and two to Ann Guest, trying to get on to lead off the top of the fourth in a tie game. The pitch. Ground ball, foul, third base side. We'll do it again. And we'll head back to the plate, pick up the bat. Can't say pick up the lumber. It's aluminum, of course. 3-2. Another payoff pitch. Chop foul at the plate. Guest stays alive. Waited back on that one. Good battle here between Ellison and Guest. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. Lifted foul off to the left. And out of play. And Guest will see a 10th pitch. Statistically, the longer an at-bat goes, the more it favors the hitter, at least anecdotally. Another 3-2 pitch. Chopper to short, 2 hops to Wilson, throw to first, in time, 1 down. In the end, Ann hit it hard, but hit it right at the shortstop, and the Bulldogs have done a lot of that the last 3 innings. Here's Amber Schatz. She grounded out sharply to short her first time up. Ottumwa 3 runs, 6 hits and an error. Solon 3 runs, 1 hit and an error. First pitch to Schatz. Ground ball sharply to third, fielded by Jeter. Throw to first, bounced in there, but nice scoop by the first baseman Cameron Keith for out number 2. Delaney Stevens, the batter, singled her first time up. I'm still shaking my head at that bottom of the third. You talk about finding different ways to score runs. Solon scored their runs in the inning on an RBI walk, an infield fly pop-up that dropped, and a passed ball. Stevens takes a strike, 0-1. Delaney digs back in, doesn't bother with the batting gloves. The 0-1. Up and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 to Stevens. The next offering, low and in, 2-1. Delaney choking up on the bat just a little bit. Here's the 2-1. Popped up right side foul, playable for Keith, makes the catch in the coaching box to retire the side. Ottumwa goes in order. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Game tied at 3, back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
We move to the bottom of the fourth inning. We should be halfway through our second game of the day. Ottumwa 3, Solon 3, though. So if we are knotted up at the end of 7, then we're not halfway through right now, but a long way to go. Ashton Brown still out there for Ottumwa after really struggling with command in that third inning. There were 2 walks, a hit batter. Fell behind in a lot of other counts as well. Ashlyn Sheets had been warming up for a little while. She is not warming up right now. 8, 9, and 1 due up for Solon, Buffington, Hike, and Ellison. Jada Buffington fouled out her first time up. Brown's pitch. Over below, ball 1. Again, Ashton rolled through the first 2 innings, 4 strikeouts in those frames. Game tied at 3, bottom 4th. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. See, maybe that's got to be the most frustrating thing for Ashton is when she's been in the zone, Solon only has 1 hit. They've not really been able to find the range on her yet. Here's the 1-1. That's hit high in the air, foul off to the left. That will get not quite out of play, but land untouched by the fence. That kind of bigger foul territory down there, out of the reach of Ann Guest, who came over near the fence but didn't have a play. Count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Buffington, the left fielder for the Spartans. The pitch. Lifted, shallow left center. That's going to drop for a base hit, a bloop single off the end of the bat. Buffington reaches to start the 4th inning, and the batter is the catcher, Sarah Hike, who reached on an error, a ground ball that got past Jillian Heaton at first to start that 3-run 3rd inning. That hit only the 2nd for Solon, but we're tied at 3. There's a strike on the outside corner to Hike, 0-1. Bulldogs out hitting the Spartans 6-2, each team with an error, each team with 3 runs. The 0-1. Bunt shown, pitch was low. 1 ball, 1 strike. No batting gloves for Hike. Here's the 1-1. Bunt shown again. Bunted foul, 3rd base side. Was trying to bunt it over the head, I think, of the charging Josie Lemons, but fouled it off, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Can't imagine the bunt is still on, although you never know. Pitch on the way. Low and in, 2-2. Still no activity in the Ottumwa pen, although you would assume Ashlyn Sheets is already warmed up if Mandy Moore wants to go to her. The 2-2 pitch. Popped up right side. Stevens bobbles it, can't make the catch, but it's picked up by Nickerson. They throw to second for the force, and there's 1 down. Delaney Stevens wearing the infielder mask. She shed it like a catcher, which is no surprise because she began in the Ottumwa program as a catcher. But as she drifted back, I think kind of stumbled on the lip of the outfield grass. It popped out of her glove, but Nickerson right there picked it up quickly through to second. So that is one of the stranger fielders' choices you'll see. It goes in the book 4-9-6 as Buffington is retired at second for out number 1. We'll get a courtesy runner here again for Hike. It'll again be O'Neill, who scored a run as a courtesy runner in the 3rd inning. So O'Neill at first with 1 down. Here's Carly Ellison, 1 for 2 with a single. Pitcher on pitcher matchup here. First pitch. Runner goes, throw down to second, 1 hop to catch the tag, and safe is the call at second. Ooh. Well, I think if that throw is there on the fly, Kaylee Bix can get the glove down in front of the bag, waiting for the hop. She caught it, and then O'Neill slid into the bag and the glove, and the umpire said she touched the base first. So a 1-0 count to Ellison, and now runner at second, and that pitch high, 2-0. As Solon tries to put the pressure on Ashton Brown and Ottumwa here. Not 100% sure that call at second was right. Ottumwa didn't argue it. The 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-1. The umpire was standing behind second base a little bit toward the left field side, so basically behind Kaylee Bix's back. Not 100% sure he had the best angle there, but again, no argument. Swing and a miss again by Ellison, 2-2. Brown trying to rally back. A strikeout here would be big. 3-3 game, runner at second, one out, bottom of the fourth. Brown's 2-2 pitch. Down and in off the glove of the catcher, going down to third. The throw not in time. Wild pitch. Ottumwa's given away way too many free bases in this game. Runner at third now, one and out, and a 3-2 count to Ellison. The 3-2 pitch. On the outside corner, called strike three. Ellison frozen, and Brown gets that big second out. That is her seventh strikeout. And the batter, Kayla West. West has been hit by a pitch twice. The second time, she ended up scoring a run. Two-out runner at third, tie game. First pitch. Ground ball to third, backhanded by Lemons. Throw to first, inning over. Great play by Josie Lemons to turn Solon away and retire the side. No runs, one hit, one left. After four, tied at 3. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. We make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal. And what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. See for yourself what See First can do for you.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Top of the fifth inning, Bulldog softball brought to you by Cole Palace Cafe and Books on West Main Street in Ottumwa by the Train Depot. Good quality gourmet food selections. And by Family First Chiropractic, where their goal is to get your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for life. Family First Chiropractic, West 2nd Street in Ottumwa. Ottumwa 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Solon 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error. Bulldogs have the top of the order due up here in the top of the fifth. Nickerson, Bix, and Huizinga. Right-hander Carly Ellison has settled down after giving up 3 first-inning runs and 4 hits. Nickerson's 0 for 2. She's hit the ball hard twice. Nothing to show for it. Takes a strike here, 0-1. Casey digs back in. The next offering. Hit high in the air, deep to left. Looks like it'll stay in play into foul territory, and the catch is made by Buffington for out number 1. Boy, off the bat, maybe I thought Casey had gotten enough, but she got under it. Here's Bix, 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored, also lined out sharply to the center fielder in the second inning. Bulldogs got to get the bats going again. First pitch, way high and outside, ball 1. It somewhat took too long to get the bats going in game 1. They missed a couple of scoring chances early. Didn't score to the 7th inning, scored 4 runs, but lost 5-4. As the 1-0 pitch, down and in, 2-0. Ottumwa kept the bats hot after that 4-run 7th inning against City High. Came out, got 3 in the first inning against Solon, but only 2 hits since then. 1 out top of the 5th in a 3-3 game. The 2-0 to Bix, chopper foul, third base side, 2-1. Again, after today, Ottumwa softball plays at home versus Des Moines East Monday. We'll have that doubleheader here on KBIZ and on the live video stream. The 2-1. Bix takes a pitch inside, 3-1. Slugger's count for a kid who had 9 home runs a year ago. Hasn't gone deep yet this year. 3-1 to Kaylee Bix. The pitch. Pop foul back to the right out of play, 3-2. Hannah Hazinga on deck. 1 out, nobody on. Top 5, 3-3 the score. Ellison's 3-2 to Bix. Hit her. And whether the umpire thought she stepped into it or got out of the way of it or whatever, it was ball 4 regardless. So we won't have an argument about that one. That was an off-speed pitch. Kaylee didn't even react. Here's Hannah Hazinga. Struck out in the first inning after she was hit by a pitch, but the umpire ruled she stepped into it. She's also grounded to short. 1 on, 1 out, the pitch. Inside, Hannah had to step out of the way of that one, ball 1. Ellison has struck out 2 in 4 1/3 innings of work so far. And that ball rolled to short. Wilson has it underhand to second for 1. The relay to first shouldn't have thrown it, not nearly in time. Bix retired 6-4 on the fielder's choice. Hazinga's at first with 2 down for Jillian Heaton, who has singled and scored and fouled out to third. It's never a bad time for Heaton to add to her career home run total, but this will be an exceptionally good time, obviously. Tied at 3 in the 5th inning. Runner on first and 2 down. First pitch lifted to shallow left, and coming on to make the catch is Buffington to retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Ottumwa 3, Solon 3, back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
I did not come to play, I came to dominate.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Ashton Brown still in the circle for Ottumwa. The Bulldogs and Solon tied at 3. Bulldog softball, 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ. The live video stream at ottumwaradio.com. Brown in 4 innings has only allowed 2 hits. She has struck out 7. She's walked 2 batters, 3 batters. She's hit 2 batters. And to start the bottom of the 5th inning, Solon will use a pinch hitter here. Megan O'Neill, who's been a courtesy runner a couple of times, is now pinch hitting for Jaden Jeter. O'Neill, a left-handed batter. 1 for 1 on the season. She's only had 1 at-bat, now getting a second. And fouls it back to the screen, 0-1. O'Neill has scored now 10 runs on this season, including 1 today. She's been used mostly as a courtesy runner. Here's the 0-1. Low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Brown trying to wipe the perspiration off her right hand. Now will wind and bring home the 1-1. And that pitch was almost above O'Neill's head, but she chopped at it and fouled it off, 1-2. I was about to say there was activity in the Ottumwa bullpen again, but then I realized City High is actually throwing down there. They play Solon after this game. Here's the 1-2. A little bit outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the pinch hitter, Megan O'Neill. Brown brings it home. Fouled back to the screen again. O'Neill basically trying to do that swinging bunt. That was a favorite of Ottumwa left-handed hitters for many years with Frank Houston, of course. Your hands stay together on the bat, so it's not a bunt, but you're still kind of tomahawk chopping the ball. The 2-2 pitch to third. Lemons has it. Throw to first. Got her 1 down. Josie playing well in and made it a fairly easy play. That'll bring up the shortstop, Hillary Wilson, 0 for 1 with an RBI walk. Three ball game, bottom of the 5th. Each team's had 1 big inning. Ottumwa 3 in the first, Solon 3 in the third. Wilson takes a strike from Brown, 0-1. Ottumwa still out hitting Solon 6-2. Each team with 1 error. The 0-1, fouled straight back 0-2. Now, I don't mean to be overly critical, but Ottumwa has more miscues in this game than the 1 error on the board, but still a chance to overcome and get a victory here after a narrow loss 5-4 to Iowa City High in game 1 of this tournament. The 0-2 pitch. Little liner foul off to the left. We'll do it again, 0-2. Bulldogs playing the final game of a 5-game week. 3-1 so far this week. A win in Ames, 2 wins in Marshalltown. Well, pardon me, it's 7 games. They started with Fort Dodge on Monday. I don't know how I forgot about that. Popped up foul left side. And, Zoe Jones, the catcher, can't make the catch. And new life for Hillary Wilson. That is an error. Now, it may not lead to anything if Brown can retire Wilson, but there should be 2 out. And Ottumwa has dropped a few pop-ups and fly balls today. Here's the 0-2 again. Swing and a miss, strike 3, chased one over her head for out number 2. So a good job by Ashton Brown to pick up her teammate Zoe Jones after the pop-up dropped. And now the batter, Ava Stebral, who was fouled out to second. And then with the bases loaded and 1 out in the 3rd inning, she hit a pop-up to the second base area. Infield in, the ball dropped between players, swing and a miss here, 0-1. Stebral was out on the infield fly rule, but when the ball dropped, the runners advanced, a run scored, and Stebral gets an RBI for that. Brown's 0-1. Fly ball foul right side, out of play. Look out near the bullpen over there. Count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Bottom 5 in a 3-3 game. Ashton Brown rocks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And that actually is the first 1-2-3 inning of the day for Brown. With a pair of strikeouts, we go to the 6th inning, all tied at 3, back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Top of the 6th inning, who's going to get the key hit, or maybe who's going to make the key mistake that'll break this 3-3 tie? Ottumwa and Solon, Bulldog softball, 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ. Live video stream at AttumwaRadio.com. Josie Lemons, Zoe Jones, and Guest, 5, 6, and 7, due up for Ottumwa. Lemons is 2 for 2, an RBI double and a run in the first and a single in the third. That single for Ottumwa is their last hit to this point. 3 runs, 6 hits, and an error for OHS. 3 runs, 2 hits, and an error for Solon. And Lemons grounds it foul left side, strike 1. Carly Ellison gave up 3 runs on 4 hits in the first inning and only 2 hits since then to this point. Lemons with an 0-1 count, the next offering. Liner, but foul down the left field line. 0-2. Outfield really shading Josie to pull. The center fielder, Barnhouse, way over towards left center, and then the left fielder, Buffington, is over towards the line and only a couple steps in front of the track. Big gap in right center. Here's the 0-2. High and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lemons digs back in, and the 1-2. Inside and in the dirt all the way to the backstop, 2-2. So let me correct what I said earlier. Ottumwa playing its 7th game, final game of the week. They started out with a split against number 1 Fort Dodge, beat Ames, swept Marshalltown. That pitch poked foul to the right out of play, still 2-2. Ottumwa lost game 1 today to Iowa City High 5-4. But if they can break this tie and beat Solon, they'll end the week 5-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. In the dirt again to the backstop, and the count goes 3-2. Wilson has not walked a batter. She has hit one. But this is only the 3rd time she's gotten to a 3-2 count or 3-ball count. Swinging him. This strike 3. Folks, I apologize as I tried to call that pitch. A bug flew into my mouth. Lemon strikes out as I choked out for out number 1. Here's Zoe Jones, 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Takes a strike, 0-1. One out, nobody on in the pitch. Ground ball past the pitcher and into center field for a 1-out single. Jones is 2 for 3. First hit since the 3rd inning for Ottumwa comes with 1 out in the 6th, and the batter and Guest. Guest is struck out and grounded to short. Zoe has pretty good speed at first. Ottumwa not a huge running team, but in a tie game in the 6th inning, bottom part of the order here, do you think about it? First pitch. But the pitch, a bunt was shown. The pitch was high. It popped out of the glove of the catcher, Sarah Hike, and down to second went Zoe Jones. Now a runner in scoring position, ball 1. Probably a passed ball. I don't think Jones was running initially. And there's a chopper third base side. Fair ball and bobbled by the third baseman as Jeter couldn't make the play right on the line. Rolled into foul territory. Guest safe at first. Jones advances to third on the error. And the batter, Amber Schatz, who's grounded out twice. 3-3 game, runners on the corners and only 1 out. And now a base hit could get a run home. You don't even need a base hit. Deep enough fly ball would get the job done here. First pitch. Well, there's a fly ball to right. Is it deep enough? Back on it is Sands. Makes the catch. Jones tags. Throw coming to the plate. It is not in time. Sacrifice fly for Amber Schatz. Sliding in Zoe Jones, and Ottumwa's back in front 4-3. Guest staying at first. She's there with 2 down, and the batter Delaney Stevens, who's 1 for 2. An unearned run. The inning would have been over if not for the error. And Stevens will stand in. Bulldogs back in front. First pitch to Stevens. Down and in, ball one. Now, you'd like Delaney to continue the rally here and give Nickerson a chance, but even if she doesn't, you'll have the top of the order due up in the top of the seventh. The 1-0. That's in their first strike, 1-1. Jones singled with one out, went to second on a passed ball. Guessed a ground ball to third, booted for an error. Then with runners on the corners, shots hit the sac fly. That pitch bounces in there, and it's 2-1 to Stevens. Two out, runner on first, a run home for Ottumwa here in the sixth. That pitch missed the plate outside, 3-1. Again, Nickerson on deck. Don't know if Stevens will have the full green light here or not. Here's the 3-1. And it's high, ball four. That is I believe, the first walk that Carly Ellison has issued, and it puts 2 on with 2 out for Nickerson, who's hit the ball hard twice in 3 trips, but 0 for 3 to show for it. Outfield still shading these right-handed hitters to pull. Let's see if Casey can come up with a big 2-out hit here to drive in at least one more run. The pitch. Hit deep but well foul off to the left out of play, 0-1. I think that pitch was off the plate inside, and Casey put a good swing on it, but no way she was going to keep that pitch fair. 0-1 to Nickerson, playing right field in game 2 for OHS. Pitch on the way. Liner down the left field line, base hit. It is cut off by Buffington, and Guest will have to stop at third. Nickerson finally gets one of those hard hit balls to drop. They're loaded with 2 down, and here is Bix. Kaylee is 1 for 2. She's had a double. She's lined out sharply to center. She's been hit by a pitch, but she swung the bat well against Ellison. And now a bases loaded chance to give Ottumwa some breathing room, leading 4-3 here in the top of the 6th. Shot sacrifice fly gave Ottumwa the lead earlier this inning, and Bix lines it foul down the left field line for strike 1. Ottumwa getting some really good cuts now. Oh, 0-1 to Bix. Guest at third, Stevens at second, Nickerson at first. Pitch gets away from the catcher, or did it hit her? Either way, it's a run. Bix hit by the pitch. That's an RBI. Guest scores. Everybody else moves up. It's 5-3. Second inning in a row, Bix has been hit by a pitch, and this time it pays a dividend. That's the slightly painful way to get an RBI. Guest scores. Stevens to third, Nickerson to second. Hazinga at the plate, the 8th batter of the inning. 2 runs home, 5-3 Bulldogs. Hannah's 0 for 3. First pitch. Rolled up the middle, base hit. That'll score another one. Stopping at third is Nickerson. RBI single, Hannah Hazinga. 6-3. Stevens comes home. Bix to second, and here's Heaton. And if Jillian gets her pitch, this game could be blown wide open. Heaton is 1 for 3 with a single and a run. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Well, I think Heaton was hoping for something with a little more speed and got out in front. 0-1. The next offering. Chopper to the right side, charging the second baseman Stebrawl, underhand to first, and the inning is over. But Ottumwa breaks the tie. They get 3 runs on 3 hits. There was a key error, and they leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bulldogs 6, Spartans 3, back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
You be scared of John, watch me lead though.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Bulldog softball brought to you by Lisco, Southeast Iowa's leader in fiber optic telecommunications. Lisco of Fairfield. And by River Hills Community Health Center with locations in Ottumwa, Centerville, Oskaloosa, Richland, and Sigourney. They've been growing healthy communities for over 20 years. Visit riverhillshealth.org for updates and more information, or you can find them on Facebook. Ottumwa 6, Solon 3. Bottom of the 6th inning. Ashton Brown has been handed a 3-run lead for the second time today. Peyton Sands, Monet Barnhouse, Jada Buffington, the 3-2 up, 6, 7, and 8 for Solon. Sands has walked twice. No official at-bat in this game. First pitch, high, ball 1. I think there's a pinch hitter on deck for Solon, so we won't see Barnhouse. The 1-0. It's called a ball inside, 2-0. By Brown. Can't afford to lose command again. The Bulldogs handed her a 3-run lead. They left 3 more on base. Missed an opportunity to really break it open. That pitch high, 3-0. Sands probably not even thinking about swinging on this 3-0 pitch. It's on its way. That's a strike, 3-1. That's the old pretend you're going to bunt and pull the bat back with no intention of offering at it. Three balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Low, ball 4. Walks continue to be a concern. 4th walk issued by Ashton Brown. 3 of them have been to Sands. Claire Ledage, I think, is the pinch hitter. Ledage, thank you. Ledage, just a freshman, right-handed batter. That pitch called a ball inside, 1-0. Don't see Ledage's name on the stat sheet, so perhaps first at bat of the season. Pinch hitting for Barnhouse, who had struck out twice. 1-0. Low, 2-0. Ottumwa back in front 6-3. But Brown struggling with command here in the bottom of the 6th. There's a strike, 2-1. Leadoff hitter on for Solon, 3rd time in 4 innings. Two and 1 the count to Ledage. The next offering, lifted to left center, Guest heading over, makes the catch on the run for out number 1. In front of Hannah Hazinga, who's come from the other way and was thinking about catching it a little lower down behind where Guest ended up, but a nice running catch by Ann Guest. 1 down. And the batter, Jada Buffington, the left fielder, who was fouled out and singled. 1 for 2. Brown's first pitch to Buffington. Outside, ball 1. Sands getting an aggressive lead from first after the ball leaves Brown's hand, but Ottumwa right now with a 3-run lead shouldn't even worry about what she's doing. Here's the 1-0. Inside corner strike, 1-1. Ashton's been trying to hit that spot a lot so far in this game, I should say. It's today, not tonight. One of the few times she's found it. Ground ball past the circle. Bixfield at second. Quick throw to first. Got her. Good stretch by Heaton for out number 2. As down to second goes Sands. And that'll bring up the catcher, Sarah Hike, who has reached on an error and reached on a fielder's choice. 2-out runner at second. Bottom of the 6th. Ottumwa leading 6-3. Brown an opportunity to pitch around that leadoff walk without it causing any damage. First pitch on the way. Up high, ball 1. One and 0 the count. Brown's next offering. In there for a strike, 1-1. And Sands went about a third of the way to third base there, but Selma really shouldn't be concerned about what she's doing. 2 out, just get the batter. The 1-1. Outside, 2-1. If you retire Hike here, Solon has the top of the order due up in the bottom of the 7th, but Ottumwa's leading by at least 3 when you get there. The 2-1. Down and in, 3-1. You lose Hike, it's either first and second on a walk or a hit that might score a run. And you'd have to face top of the order Ellison, either with a runner in scoring position or the lead already cut. Dangerous count here, 3-1. Brown's pitch. Hit in the air, foul off to the right, out of play, 3-2. See if Ashton can bear down and get the final out here in the bottom of the 6th and preserve Ottumwa's 6-3 lead. The pitch will have to wait a moment as Sands will retie that cleat out at second base. And we are ready. 3-2 the count. Brown winds and the payoff pitch. Low and away, ball 4. And now you are asking for a little bit of trouble at least. We'll get the courtesy runner for Hike. Might be different this time because they used O'Neill as a pinch hitter. It is indeed a different courtesy runner here. Number 10 is Mia Stolley. Staley, thank you. So Staley at first, Sands at second, Ellison at the plate. Ellison 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts with a single sandwiched in between. And Ellison represents the tying run. Ottumwa leading 6-3, 2 walks in the inning and put 2 on with 2 out for Solon. The pitch, way high, ball 1. Brown trying to fight through these command issues. One 1-0 to Ellison. The next offering. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. Ellison digs back in. White batting gloves for the right-handed hitter. The 1-1 from Brown. Outside corner, strike 2. That's where Ashton was finding so much success in the early innings before that third inning kind of knocked her off kilter. 1-2 to Ellison. 2 on, 2 out. Brown winds and delivers. Fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again. 1-2. Ellison trying to avoid striking out for the third time in this game. Brown looking perhaps for her 10th strikeout of the game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ashton's pitch in the dirt, 2-2. Two on, 2 out. Ottumwa leading by 3, 6-3, bottom 6th. Need a good pitch here. Don't want to go 3-2. The 2-2 pitch, poked foul back to the screen. Ellison stays alive. Brown walks back to the pitching rubber. Ellison digs into the batter's box. Sands at second. Staley at first. The 2-2 pitch. Lined into left field, base hit. Guest will get it back in quickly. Stopping at third is Sands, and they're loaded with 2 down for Kayla West. West has been hit by a pitch twice and has grounded to third sharply. Courtesy runner for the pitcher, Ellison. That will once again be Mesh. So Sands at third, Staley at second, Mesh at first. And West at the plate. The tying runs are on base. Ottumwa leading 6-3, but the bases are loaded, and West is the go-ahead run at the plate. First pitch, strike on the outside corner, 0-1. No activity in that Ottumwa pen. Brown's 0-1 pitch. High, 1 ball, 1 strike. The single a moment ago by Ellison, just the third of this game for Solon. They've had a lot more base runners than that. Bases loaded, 2 down. The 1-1 pitch. Pop foul back to the screen, 1-2. Well, again, Brown a strike away from getting out of this jam. A leadoff walk, a fly out, a ground out, another walk, and then a single, and the bases are loaded with 2 out. Brown has been walking a tightrope this entire inning. Again, 1 step from reaching safety. 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Ashton Brown gets off the hook, striking out Kayla West, her 10th strikeout of the game. No runs, 1 hit. Solon leaves them loaded. We go to the 7th. Bulldogs 6, Spartans 3, back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Top of the 7th inning. Ottumwa 6, Solon 3 here in the Bulldogs' final game of the day in the Solon tournament. Bulldogs trying to go 1-1 after losing to Iowa City High 5-4. Jason Van Arkel with you from Solon. Annie Argo, the on-site video producer next to me. Brandon Drew producing the radio broadcast back at the KBIZ studios. Josie Lemons, Zoe Jones, and guests due up here in the 7th against Carly Ellison. The Bulldogs got 3 runs in the 6th inning and batted around. Left the bases loaded in that inning. Lemons is 2 for 3 with a double, a single, an RBI, and a strikeout. First pitch, way outside, ball 1. Ottumwa leading 6-3, but the way that Solon has put runners on base in this game, you'd really like to see OHS find some insurance. The 1-0. Lifted to left, shallow down the line. That will land foul for strike 1. The left fielder, Buffington, racing in. I could see even from all the way up here in the press box a grimace on her face as she knew she wouldn't get there. But it dropped on the foul side of the line. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ottumwa had some good swings last inning. Let's see if it continues. Roller to the right side. Fielded by the second baseman. She'll win the race to the bag herself as Stebrall beats Lemons for out number 1. That ball was just out of the reach of the first baseman, Keith, so Stebrall had no one to throw to, but her momentum carried her to the bag. It's the rare 4 unassisted put out at first. And with 1 away, the batter Zoe Jones, with 1 out last inning, singled and started the 3-run rally. The pitch. Bunts it back towards the circle, picked up by Ellison, throw to first, and it fell out of the glove of the second baseman. Stebrall covering. Safe at first is Jones on the bunt. The ball and the runner arrived at about the same time. They're going to call that an infield hit for Zoe Jones. So she's got a 3-hit day here in game 2. And 4 hits in the 2 games. Ann Guest reached on an error last inning. She pops it foul back to the screen here, 0-1. Guest 0 for 3, but scored a run in that 3-run rally in the 6th. Van gets a pitch on the outer half. I've seen her hit the ball to that gap in right center with authority, and they're shading her to pull. Here's the 0-1. It's way outside, runner going, throw down to second, not in time. Zoe Jones steals second. Might have caught Solon a little off guard there. Now she's in scoring position with 1 down and a 1-1 count to Guest. And if Ann can hit that line drive to right center like she's done a few times this season, she'll have an RBI. Here's the 1-1. Chopper past the pitcher and into center for a base hit. Jones will stop at third as the throw comes in, gets by the catcher. Racing home is Jones, and she'll score. Down to second goes Guest. And it's 7-3. No RBI for Ann, but Jones scores on the throwing error by the center fielder, Barnhouse. And the batter, Amber Schatz, who hit a sac fly to drive in a run last inning. She's 0 for 2 otherwise. So 7-3 Ottumwa. And Schatz trying to add to the lead here. 1 out runner at second. And a high fly ball to left center, but it's not going to carry. Barnhouse makes the catch for out number 2. That brings up Delaney Stevens. 1 for 2, a single, a walk, and a run scored. Well, Ottumwa's at least 1 insurance run here. They'd like to get more. They'll take any they can get. 3 outs away from a win here in Solon today. The pitch. High and away, ball 1. A ground out, a single, a stolen base, a single, and then a throwing error scoring the run. Then a fly out for the second out. Now the 1-0. Inside 2-0 to Stevens. Stevens, she'd love to get that RBI hit here, but if Ellison won't find the plate, Stevens will gladly take the walk and let Casey Nickerson have another chance. Nickerson on deck. Here's the 2-0. Chopper back towards the circle. In to get it is Ellison. Throw to first in time. And the inning is over, but Ottumwa tacks on an important run. On 2 hits and an error, they leave 1. We go to the 7th. Bulldogs 3 outs away. They lead Solon 7-3. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. We make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal. And what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. See for yourself what See First can do for you.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Bottom of the 7th inning. Bulldogs 3 outs away from going 1-1 in Solon today. They lost their earlier game to Iowa City High 5-4, but they lead the hosting Spartans 7-3. They will have to go through the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Solon order, Jeter, Wilson, and Stebrall. Though ironically, the control issues in the 6th inning that gave Solon a chance to cut into Ottumwa's lead actually removed the top 2 hitters from batting in the 7th inning, so who knows, that could be a blessing in disguise. Jeter had struck out twice. Didn't take her at bat in the 5th inning, a pinch hitter, but she's back here to start the 7th. Pitch high and away from Brown, 1-0. One ball, no strikes to Jeter. The pitch. High fly ball to center. Huizinga calls for it, right in her tracks, makes the catch, out number 1. Ashton Brown has struck out 10 in this game. She's walked 5, but she's got a 7-3 lead. Here's Hillary Wilson. Hasn't put a ball in play yet. 2 strikeouts and a bases loaded walk. Takes a strike here, 0-1. Think about it. You've got 10 strikeouts, 5 walks, 2 hit batters. That's 17 plate appearances where the ball was never put in play. Here's the 0-1. Popped foul back towards the screen. Jones will give a look. Doesn't have a play. Hits the screen, 0-2. Yet not a lot of foul territory here behind home plate at Solon. That ball might have been playable if we were at Houston Field. Might have been. 0-2, 1 out, nobody on, bottom 7. Ottumwa 2 outs away. The pitch. Down and in, 1 ball, 2 strikes. After we wrap up here, Bulldogs go home, get ready to host Des Moines East on Monday to start Metro Conference play. The 1-2, high and away, 2-2. Seven to 3 Bulldogs, 1 out, nobody on, bottom 7. Solon's Hillary Wilson facing a 2-2 pitch from Ashton Brown. And a liner into center. Huizinga came on and made the catch for out number 2. Hit it hard, but right at her. And the Dogs on the doorstep, 1 out away. The batter, Ava Stebrall, who has popped out twice and struck out once. Brown trying to get the final out and complete this victory. The pitch. Downstairs, ball 1 for Ashton. It would be her 4th win on the season. One ball, no strikes. Next pitch on the inside corner, strike 1. (7-3) Ottumwa, 2 out in the 7th. Some clouds starting to roll in the distance. That pitch on the outside corner, strike 2. Dogs are a strike away. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast there is a chance of rain later today in Solon, but we figured Ottumwa would be gone by the time it got here, and even if it does come, Bulldogs are just about done here, we hope. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That does it. Bulldogs get the win, 7-3 over the Solon Spartans, and Ottumwa salvages a split of their 2-game trip to the Solon tournament. Again, 7-3 the final score. We'll take 3 minutes, come back and get you the totals on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Coal Palace Cafe and Books invites you to stop in and try their real, not fast, fresh, never frozen, made in-house menu, which is sure to satisfy. Start your day with their fresh brewed coffee or one of their specialty drinks and a delicious breakfast. Stop in for a cup of one of their homemade soups, a sandwich, or salad for lunch. Don't forget dessert. At Coal Palace Cafe and Books, your purchases help our neighbors with disabilities learn valuable job skills. Check out their gently used books while you wait. That's Coal Palace Cafe and Books at 226 West Main Street, Ottumwa.
Engage, educate, and empower every student every day. Ottumwa School. Building relationships, foundations for success. Helping every student to achieve their best. Engage, educate, and empower every student every day. Ottumwa Schools.
Yes, the great outdoors is wide open. So why not make the most of it? Expand your family's freedom with the off-road's best. Like the only built-in GPS that doesn't require a cell connection. And group tracking that lets you spread out on the trail, but stay together for the journey. Polaris, think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free, no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. We make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal. And what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. See for yourself what See First can do for you.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Wait now we up now. Hey, when we touch down.
Ottumwa High Softball, 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ, the live video stream at ottumwaradio.com. Bulldogs go 1-1 in the Solon tournament today. They dropped their opener to Iowa City High 5-4, but the Bulldogs win the nightcap over Solon 7-3. The totals for the victorious Bulldogs: 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, 8 left on base. Ashton Brown, the winning pitcher, now 4-1. She had a complete game, struck out 11. For Solon, 3 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors, 8 left on base. Carly Ellison, the loss, got her at 4-2. The ball game took 1 hour and 54 minutes to complete. Ottumwa back over 500 at 6-5. Solon down to 9-4. We will take one more 3-minute timeout, come back and wrap up a Saturday afternoon of softball here on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free, no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
Engage, educate, and empower every student every day. Ottumwa School. Building relationships, foundations for success. Helping every student to achieve their best. Engage, educate, and empower every student every day. Ottumwa Schools.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back one final time today to Solon, where your Ottumwa softball team fell to Iowa City High 5-4, but then beat Solon 7-3 to split their two games in the Solon tournament. Our next broadcast of Ottumwa High Athletics, Monday night, Bulldogs softball at home at Houston Field, opening CIML Metro Conference play against Des Moines East, a doubleheader, first pitch at 5 o'clock here on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ, and on the live video stream at ottumwaradio.com. Let's thank our sponsors one more time: Meridian Credit Union, Petrita Orthodontics, Champion Bowl, Community First Credit Union, Slayton Polaris, Sonic Drive-In, Dixon's Floors and More, Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse, the Ottumwa Community School District, Cold Palace Cafe and Books, Family First Chiropractic, Lisco, and River Hills Community Health Center. A big thank you to Bulldog head coach Mandy Moore for helping us prepare for the broadcast this afternoon. And a big thank you to both of my producers, Annie Argo, the on-site video producer, and Brandon Drew, producing the radio broadcast back at the studios of KBIZ. Finally, I'd like to thank you, the fans, for tuning in this afternoon, because without your support of these broadcasts and of Ottumwa High Athletics, none of this would be possible. So thank you for tuning in to Bulldog Softball on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ, and on the live video stream at ottumwaradio.com. My name's Jason Van Arkel. I'll talk to you Monday night when the Bulldog softball team plays host to their old rivals from Des Moines East. Until then, have a pleasant rest of your weekend.
Wondering what to have for lunch or supper? Stop in and see Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. Whether you want amazing Greek food, pasta, salads, sandwiches, fish, chicken, steak, or the best pizza in town, they have what you want. They are always open for carryout, and their full menu is available at mikespizzasteakhouse.com. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for making Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse your favorite restaurant and your favorite pizza place. Proud to support the Ottumwa Bulldogs.
At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. we make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal. And what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. See for yourself what See First can do for you.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
Wondering what to have for lunch or supper? Stop in and see Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. Whether you want amazing Greek food, pasta, salads, sandwiches, fish, chicken, steak, or the best pizza in town, they have what you want. They are always open for carryout, and their full menu is available at Mike'sPizzaSteakhouse.com. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for making Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse your favorite restaurant and your favorite pizza place. Proud to support the Ottumwa Bulldogs.
Opa!